online profile looks as good as it can be. So that way sellers know that they can select you to be their agent to help them market their home in the same manner. So think of your online presence as your resume for buyers and sellers. It is the way that they find you, the way that they connect with you, the way that they know that you are a real estate professional. And the very first step of that is setting up your agent website. So all of you have an agent website, whether you've been in to play with it or not, you have an agent website. And that agent website should be as unique as you are. So when setting up your website that's provided by us, you should ensure that it showcases your brand, your expertise, your listings, while providing valuable resources for potential clients. The more information you have on your website, such as community pages or blog pages, the more potential traffic you will have come to your website, and the more you will be seen as a market expert to the clients who are looking for you. Also, keep in mind that when you talk to a potential client, don't think they don't Google you. We do it with people that we meet. If you have ever online dated, and I'm sorry to say that I had at one time in the very, in the past, a long, long time ago, I online dated. And when I met a guy online, the very first thing I did was Google him because I wanted to see if he was a serial killer or not, right? And I mean, that may sound funny in the real estate industry, but think about all the people that we meet on a day-to-day basis, and think about consumers who are asking a stranger to come into their home. Don't think that they don't Google you. They're going to Google you. They're going to look you up on Facebook. They're going to look you up on Instagram. And the last thing you want them to see is your profile picture that has maybe a marijuana leaf or the middle finger as a graphic when they Google your name. So you need to understand, as a brand new agent, you need to scrub your online index of who you are and make sure that the information that is out there should be what consumers are seeing, because they will find it. All right, so when we're looking at our agent website, we want to make sure that our agent website has personalized branding. You want to make sure that you have your agent photo there. And I can tell you that not all of you do. Make sure you upload your agent photo to your Zone profile, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second, so that your agent photo shows up on your website. This helps clients really connect with you. They really feel like they've already gotten to know you a little bit if they're able to look at your photo. You also want to make sure that your agent logo is displayed on your website. Remember, last week we talked about those agent logos and why they were important. It's for your social branding and for brand recognition. So this should be on your agent website. Another thing that should be on your agent website is your About Me page or your bio. And that is a personal introduction. You can share your experience. You can share a story, a few personal details. And I say few very dominantly here, because the one thing I hate seeing for agents is whenever I look up their profile from whatever company they're at and it says, "Hi, my name's Cassandra. I'm a mother of 3. I have a French bulldog and I enjoy going to the swimming pool with my children in the long summer months." This is not a dating app. This is a real estate About Me. So we want to make sure that it is about your professionalism and what you can do for the client, because nobody cares about your personal life. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I care about your personal lives, and that's because I'm personally connected to you, but our clients are not, so they don't care. All right, personal achievements. Highlight any awards or certificates or any notable sales achievements that you've done. This is your opportunity to brag about yourself. And some people are really great about bragging about themselves and some people are not. But we do have to get good at saying, yes, I have a proven track record of success and really helping my clients. And include those testimonials. Okay, include those testimonials. It has been proven that when somebody else says something nice about somebody and that person isn't around to hear it, it carries more weight than somebody saying something good about themselves. So take those testimonials and plaster those all over your agent website and all of your other social media outlets. All right, make sure your contact information is very clear and linked through your agent email as well as your social media sites. And again, you want to make sure that your agent headshot that you're using, or a variation thereof, so you can have an agent headshot that has different angles or maybe different poses but looks very similar, should be seamlessly across your agent website and all of your other pages. So this is very tricky, but I'm going to try to switch my screens that I am sharing here If you give me just a minute, here we go. There. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to update your profile in your Zone account. So this is my Zone account. You can see this is the dashboard, and you get there by going into your One login and clicking on the Zone tile. If you, my Zone account looks a little different than you guys's, but you'll be able to catch the gist of it here. To update your agent headshot, your About Me, and your other information on your website, you go to your user account and you go down to My Account. That is going to pull up your personal information on your account, and it takes a minute or two to load, so don't be afraid if it's circling a little bit. Our internet here in Elwood City is not very strong, so it takes mine a little bit longer to load than if I were at the New Brighton office. So once this is loaded, we're going to go into My Public Info, and then we're going to go ahead and edit that information. And sorry again, it's taking forever today. Come on. Maybe we'll get there. We are just having internet problems today, aren't we? Okay, come on. Let's try to refresh this again and see if it goes. All right, it is just not working. Let me shut this down and try to get in again. Bear with me while I do this. Because it is just not cooperating with me today. Of course, we're going to have problems. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. One more try, and then I'll just have to walk you through it verbally because it's just not wanting to load. This internet connection is terrible. We've got a house full right now. All right. Well, unfortunately, it's not going to load for me. So when you go into your Zone account, you're going to go into you're going to go to User on the left-hand side, go to My Account, and then the tab at the top, you're going to see a space that says Public Info. You click that tab. That is where you can upload your photo, your About Me, and then you can also connect your social media platforms through that section. That is where you're going to be able to change the items in your website. Now, that's not the website editor that we have in OneSuite. This is the public profile information on Zone. You must start there to be able to edit your website. And we're going to go over this in more detail on the One mini trainings we have coming up. So you'll have another opportunity to actually watch me update my website. But you want to start in Zone, and you want to upload your headshot, your About Me, and connect your social media in Zone, and that's going to update your website. When you do further website editing, you're going to do that into OneSuite, and I'll see if I can pull up OneSuite while we're here using this internet. Another thing you want to have is valuable content. So you could write a blog on your website, which we also have a mini training going over how to set up a blog. It seems super complicated. It's really not. It is so easy, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. I think that happens in 2 weeks. We're going to have a training on that. So make sure you guys come back for that. But you do that through your OneSuite. You want to make sure that you have your buyer and your seller guides available for download. If you do not have those, if you're new to our company and do not have those, please see us. We have templates of a home buyer's guide that you can customize for yourself. And the seller's guides are actually available in your One design, where you can go in and you can customize that to you to tell sellers what your value proposition is and the services that you offer. And then you can actually add that to your website in a downloadable version. You can also require that somebody sign in or sign up on your website to be able to download those ebooks. So we'll talk about that later coming on too. Make sure that the services that you offer are clearly stated. So you want to go over your value proposition for both a buyer and a seller. And this is so important. There is so much competition in our market, and things have changed. The days of just Walking up to a seller's house, knocking on the door and asking them if you could put a sign in the yard to see if the home sells are way gone, way gone. Now we have to be able to address what we can do for our clients and why we are the agent that is going to be able to serve them best. And we need to have two different presentations for our buyers and our sellers because they're two very different jobs. So coming up with your unique value proposition is going to be important. When we talked last week about doing agent logos and your About Me section, and I told you that in the coming weeks, you're really going to need to have this information to be able to do the rest of the course, I absolutely meant it. So if you did not do your value proposition, your About Me, and start getting your headshot and your agent logo together, please do that because we're going to start using that and implementing that even more next week. Next is social proof and recognition. So there's client testimonials again and your awards and accolades. And you can actually have a page on your website just for that purpose. Now your About Me. Now we talked last week about what's our value proposition, what is important about you. Let's go back to that page real quick. Where were we at? My value proposition. So you remember those of you who did it, this page here, my value proposition, this is where we're going to put this into work. So if you have that, pull that out. And now we're going to take it a step further and we're going to make our About Me section. So how do we take those words that we put in our value proposition and really make an agent bio that resonates with consumers, but is not too personal about us? So I've kind of broken it down. I've given an example here. We're going to break it down in a couple different paragraphs. Now, keep in mind, you can structure yours however you want to, but this is just kind of the roadmap to be able to do it. If you have trouble with your About Me, I have worked with most of you on rewriting that and getting that SEO searchable so that Google, pulls up those keywords out of your About Me. But this is usually kind of the format that we use. The first is your welcome. Okay. This is just, welcome. I am, or writing it in the third person, which I like even better. Christina is a passionate and dedicated real estate professional serving the Lawrence County region with 18 years of experience in the industry. She has had the privilege of helping countless clients achieve their real estate goals. Understand you can have this as an I, as if you were saying it, or in third person, which I always prefer. The choice is totally yours. Mine says Christina, like somebody else is saying it. Next, you add a little bit of a personal touch, okay? Because you do want to be personable, but you don't want this to be all about you because it's not about you. Yeah, I know it says about me, but it's not about you. It's about your client. So keep that in mind. Real estate isn't just about buying and selling properties. It's about helping people find their dream homes, make wise investments, and embark on new chapters of their life. My approach is rooted in building meaningful relationships with my clients, understanding their unique needs and aspirations, and guiding them through every step of the process with care and expertise. You see that what I didn't put in there is I didn't put, I'm a mom of 2 boys. Both my kids are grown. I have 3 dogs. I enjoy gardening. I feel like an old lady sometimes because I like to can and preserve in my house when nobody's watching. Like I didn't put anything in there because nobody cares. It has nothing to do with real estate, right? What I did put about me in there is make wise real estate investments. I'm a real estate investor. Building meaningful relationships with clients. I'm a people person. I love to talk to people. I love to understand what they're going through. So I took something that was unique about me and I made it about them. Your next section should talk about your experience and your expertise. Okay, so you want to brag a little bit. Remember we were talking about bragging? You're going to brag a little bit here. As a seasoned real estate agent, I bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, a seasoned investor, or looking to sell a property, I am committed to providing personalized service tailored to your needs. From navigating the complexities of the market to negotiating the best deals, I'm here to ensure a seamless and rewarding experience for you. See how we're kind of breaking that down? Now, that could be enough for your About You. Okay, those 3 paragraphs, the introduction, a little bit of personalization, a little bit of personalized touch, and bragging a little bit about yourself. That could be enough. But If you want to take it a step further, if you want to have those additional trigger words in there that Google and all the other search engines may be able to pick up, you could add 2 additional paragraphs. So here I added a trusted advisor. Buying and selling homes is the most significant decision you'll ever make, and I understand the importance of having a trusted advisor by your team, by your side. With a reputation of integrity, professionalism, and results, I am dedicated to exceeding your expectations and earning your trust every step of the way. Why did I put that in? Was it really necessary? No, it wasn't necessary, but why did I put it in? Can anybody holler out a guess? No, everybody's quiet today. I wanted to put some more trigger words in there, some more searchable words that usually come up. Those are going to be buying, selling, home, trusted advisor, reputation, integrity, professionalism, results. I wanted all of these, these words, these searchable words, where if somebody could put professional real estate agent, dedicated real estate agent, agent with integrity, agent that gets results. I wanted to come up in the search. Okay. So that's why I made it a little longer. And then I had a wrap up here. Your partner in real estate. Beyond transactions, I see myself as your long-term partner in real estate. Whether you have questions about the market, need advice on home improvements, or simply want to chat about your real estate goals, I am always here to help. Let's work together to turn your real estate dreams into reality. Okay, so that's kind of my wrap up. Questions on your About Me? No? You guys are so quiet. So quiet. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to start thinking about your About Me. Break it down into smaller paragraphs so that it doesn't seem overwhelming. And it's okay if it doesn't sound right the first time. Your first draft is not going to be your final draft. Just get the pen on the paper and write what comes to you down. You can always edit it later, and you're not stuck with it for the rest of your life. If you need help with it, we can put that through ChatGPT, and with special instructions, we can change the wording on that to make it flow better. We can break it into multiple paragraphs to make it easier on the eyes to read. And we can also add those searchable words in there for you so that you are driving traffic to your website. Now, when it comes to your agent bio and your About Me, it's not just for your website. Your bio and About Me should be on all of your real estate account platforms, whether that's on Zillow, on Realtor.com, Trulia. If you have a profile on Redfin, I know a lot of you do Redfin referrals. Your social media, you should be taking parts of that and using that across all platforms to really give yourself a unison online presence. So over the next week, I suggest that you go ahead and do your agent bio and About Me. Again, it doesn't have to be set in stone. If you haven't done your value proposition yet, please do that first, because that's the easiest and best way to do it. Figure out what you want your bio to say. This is a story about your business, and think of it that way. This is the story behind your business. But before you can have a story, you need to have an idea. What are you doing this for? And that's what your value proposition really says about you. Like, what impact do you want to have? When you're dead and gone, what did you do right and what did you leave behind? That is how you're going to build out your agent bio. That's how you're going to make it highly sellable to those clients who are looking to use you instead of somebody else. All right. That being said, let's get social. All right. Some of you are great on social media. Some of you not so much and need a little bit of work. And that's okay. Wherever you're starting on social media is fine. The point is that you just have to start. All right. So we're talking social media pages. And for those of you that are good on social media, just bear with me as we go through this, because you may know this information, but those of you who are not, let's talk about where your business should be on social media. And the first of that is Facebook. And I don't mean your Facebook personal page. I mean a Facebook business page. They're completely different. So you need to have a Facebook business page for your business as an agent. The audience there is widely used across all demographics. So think of being a fisherman who's not fishing for one type of fish. You don't care what you're fishing for because you have to go back to the village and you have starving people in your village. You just need fish. So you would cast a very wide net out there and just catch whatever you can catch. So think of that as Facebook. Every person, not every person, but most people walking this planet, whether they're old, young, doesn't matter, they have a Facebook. Okay. Most grandmas have a Facebook. Most, my nieces have a Facebook, and they're very young. So you're casting a wide net. So make sure that you have a dedicated business page where you're able to share your listings, your updates, and your useful resources. Facebook is one of the second places that buyers and sellers will look you up to see if you're a serial killer or not. So make sure that your Facebook business page is up and running. Also, I must say that do not think for a second they're not looking up your personal page. So please make sure that everything on your personal page is something that you want your sellers to see. If your grandma shouldn't be seeing it, then your buyers and sellers shouldn't be seeing it. So don't post it online. Okay. You also want to share your business things on your personal page as well to reach your sphere of influence, which we talked about on week 1. Instagram. Yes, you can have an Instagram account, an Instagram business page. I have an Instagram business page. The brokerage has an Instagram business page. So you definitely want to get that set up. What I love now is that if you're posting to Facebook and you have your Instagram linked, it will automatically post to Instagram and vice versa. So whatever you're posting on one platform will go to the other platform. Now, not everybody has a Instagram. That's usually predominantly used for the younger demographic, but that younger demographic is now coming up and they're becoming first-time homebuyers. And some of them, depending on where they fall in that lineage, are becoming second-time move-up homebuyers. So don't count out Instagram. Please use it for your business. You can get a lot of branding, a lot of recognition, and even some leads off of Instagram. LinkedIn, you guys are business professionals, so please use your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great for networking with other professionals. You can still post your listings, your solds, your open houses, your blogs, and everything on LinkedIn. But that is really how people are going to find you, and buyers and sellers will find you there too. Your LinkedIn should be your resume. So think of LinkedIn as your resume. It usually caters to higher net worth individuals who are on LinkedIn. So it's definitely a good tool to use. Twitter. Twitter, if you use it properly, can be a great tool. If you tweet out every thought you have in the day, it could actually work against you. So we are told to use Twitter in my industry. When you go to any managers meetings, use Twitter, but I always say use with caution. Use with caution. So if you are one that can use it and engage in a professional manner, great. But if you are a Twitter user that tweets out every time you get ticked off, I would suggest skipping this one. All right, couple more. YouTube. So we obviously have a YouTube channel. This recording will go onto YouTube for our audience, for those who could not watch it. But I highly suggest getting yourself a business YouTube channel where you can share valuable insights on the industry and really present yourself as somebody in the market who is really in the know. I really like YouTube just because it comes up on so many search results and is so easily shared to social media. People are 10 times more likely to watch a video and really remember its contents over just seeing a photo, which is why, TikTok is so popular, and the world was going to end when they were going to take TikTok down, which they did for like an hour. So get into your videos, open that YouTube channel, start posting. Even if people aren't catching on right away, keep posting because it becomes searchable forever. All right, some tips. Consistency is key. Make sure that you're being consistent and regular in your posts. You can't just kind of fly by the seat of your pants and post one day and then don't post for 3 months and then think that you're still going to gain followers and gain traction with your branding. I suggest is aiming to post every other day at minimum. With my personal pages, we are, we're posting 3 to 4 times a day, 365 days a year. That keeps us very consistent, keeps us very relevant, keeps us high in the algorithm results with our followers and with our friends on Facebook. So consistency is key. you want to make sure that you stick to your branding and make sure that your branding is consistent across all of your channels. So make sure that you're doing the same thing on all of your channels. And I do see a lot of agents that will go and on Facebook, they're talking about, well, we're doing investment properties on Facebook, but then you go to their Instagram, they're talking about luxury properties. That type of cross marketing does not work. Do one thing and do one thing really well. So find your niche in the market, which we're going to talk about in this training later on. So find your niche in the market, come up with your content, and do it really well across all of your platforms. Keep it consistent. The more you try to do, the less followers you will have. You need to find something that works really well and then grow that. But a jack of all trades can be a master of none. So make sure you're really honing in what you're doing. Make sure that you're checking and using analytic tools. You can do that really easily on Facebook with Meta. That's a whole nother training that we will go over. But if you know how to use those, track your analytics. If you're using Google AdWords, you can track those really well. But again, that's for another session. All right. So your challenge, not homework, challenge, do it, don't do it. I'm not going to check it. Totally up to you. So you do you. Is to, we got somebody coming in. The challenge is to post on each one of these sites by next week. So if you don't have a Facebook account, a Facebook business account, you need to make one and you need to create a post. So there is a little checkbox that says create. If you already have one, you've already checked off create. Next is post, and then go ahead and put your time and day there. Same thing for Instagram and Pinterest. For those, we didn't cover that in this lesson, but Pinterest is something you can do for your business as well. A lot of people don't think about that. But if you're not using Pinterest, it could be anything. It could be TikTok, it could be YouTube, like you do you. This is just a worksheet for you to do. And Twitter. So that is your challenge, not your homework, but your challenge to do. Again, I'm not checking it, but you will need your About Me section come next week. All right. Questions on this week's session of Ultimate Launch?
Christina, I have a question. You were saying get client testimonials. Is there a certain place that we're supposed to get those or ask for them from our clients?
The best place you can do that is using the Rate My Agent app that's in your dashboard. So you get a free account with Realty One to Rate My Agent. So you go onto your tiles and you're going to go up to the top and you're going to pull down on your app's everything, or search the words Rate My Agent. Go in there and claim that account. And when you do that, it's going to pull up all of your past clients and it's going to ask you whether you want to send a feedback request for them. You click the button, it sends out the feedback request. And once the feedback comes in, it actually will post to your social media, your Zillow, everything, as long as you have those all tethered in the back end on your profile.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And for you new agents, when it comes to testimonials, if you don't have, like, one of the biggest questions I get is like, well, I haven't sold a house yet, so I can't get a testimonial. The answer is you can. Your testimonials don't always have to be from your past clients, but they should be people who know you well and can provide a character testimonial on your behalf. So I always tell new agents, go to non-family members. Please don't make it a family member. Go to non-family members that you've had some type of professional relationship with in the past and ask them for a character testimonial. They don't have to put on your testimonial like I bought a house from, because that would be wrong. That would be a false testimonial. You couldn't post that. But they could say, I'm going to pick on Chelsea. Chelsea is such a sweet-hearted, trustworthy person. She is always there to pick up the phone anytime she's needed. You can always count on her when she needs you, blah, 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 blah. Assigned whoever it is. That's a character testimonial. And you'll see a lot of those on agents' websites where it doesn't mention a property specific. It doesn't say whether they're a buyer or a seller. It's just a character testimonial that tells people, like, Chelsea's not a serial killer. Chelsea's a sweet girl who can be trusted, who has shown that she has been reliable throughout the years within her community, and that it's going to be a safe space to come and meet with Chelsea and talk to Chelsea, because she takes, her relationships very seriously with her clients. So start there. Look for non-relative testimonials that you can gather And I would get that to start the ball rolling so that people know that you are a real person. In this world of scammers that we're living in, like people are always on edge about people they meet online. So always keep that in the back of your mind. Like it's your job to prove to them that they can trust you and that they should use you. What other questions do we have? Sorry, that was long-winded. Everything I do is long-winded. Anything? Come on, guys, it's too quiet. All right, so your non-homework homework for the week is your agent bio about me. So start filling that out because we are going to use that here in the coming up lessons. And next week is all about developing your niche. If you don't know what a niche is, you're going to find out next week. And that is basically where on the family tree of real estate you decide that you want to grow. So there's lots of different things you can do in real estate. We want to figure out what you want to do, who you want to be, and what you are going to specialize in. So, and believe it or not, there's specialties that you can have in real estate other than just first-time home buyers. And next week, nobody's allowed to say first-time home buyers as their niche. Okay, so find something else. So start thinking about that now. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. And I will see you guys then, but I'll hang on the line in case anybody has some questions until everybody's done and gone. So feel free, if you need me, just holler out. And thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.